How often have you opened a good bottle of wine, had a glass or two, and then come back to it a day or two later to find, ugh. Well, wine goes off because of oxidation. It begins when the wine is opened and comes into contact with oxygen. And that's a growing problem for restaurants and bars, with customers by the glass and open bottles lasting a number of days. Every time you pour, you simply add more oxygen into the bottle, so putting the cap or the cork back really makes no difference. The wine preserver is a small disc that's inserted into the bottle after the first glass is poured. It sits on the surface of the wine where it creates a barrier between the wine and the air, slowing the oxidation process. You just place the package containing the disc over the bottle opening and use the fork-like applicator to push the disc into the bottle. Wine Preserva preserves taste and aroma for up to 5 days, so you can enjoy every precious drop, just as the winemaker intended it.
Please welcome from Melbourne, Barry Rees. Hey, Barry. This is a very clever thing with a potentially huge worldwide market, and it better have, because you and your investors have invested how much into it?
Well, probably at this stage $1.5 million and maybe 4 to go.
It's a big market. It's going to be okay. I love what it does. It looks like such a simple thing, but if I open this generic ABC labelless wine and pour you a glass and pour me a glass, and we decide we want to keep the rest till tomorrow, your wonderful thing, you're just going to insert that so it's sitting on the top.
Exactly.
Show us how you do it, pal.
Well, normally in a restaurant the staff take about 4.5 seconds to do this. Yes. To do this, you simply push in either side, give it one twist, push, throw away the piece.
Yep. Now it's not.
Wine preserver is sitting on top of the wine.
Yep.
And then when you serve, it's ready to go.
There it is. And then we opened an identical bottle a day and a half ago. And what I'm going to do is do a taste test and see if the fact that your wine preserver is in there has preserved it so that I can't taste the difference. Fruity bouquet. Nice. But normally, a day and a half old wine would have...
You'd expect some change in the nose.
Yeah, it'd be a bit less good, wouldn't it? A bit vinegary, maybe?
Slightly, yeah.
I can't taste a whiff of difference. Not a scintilla. And you reckon that would be the same over 3 or 4 days? Yeah,
we say up to 5 days, and after that, I mean, most people have either drunk the bottle or you know, someone else has drunk it for them.
Oh, and they're $1 each? Well, look, come across to the panel. I'm going to take you leave yours, because you're going to be bombarded by questions, but I don't really have to do anything, so I'll bring mine. Now, Mark, ever drunk wine in your life?
I have. In fact, James, I'm one of those folks who actually likes to have one glass out of the bottle.
Well, you're the market.
So that means that I have a kitchen counter that's filled with bottles where the wine's gone off and I'm waiting to cook with them. So thank you for giving me at least double the time to be able to drink that bottle. Now, let's say that I do this and I use the wine preserver and I drink my bottle, and now there's an empty bottle with a wine preserver in the bottom and it's got to go into recycling. How do I get it out?
Well, the modern professional plants will separate the plastic from the glass in the plant. They crush the glass and then they remove everything, corks, plastic, etc. So the best way of disposing of it is leave it in the bottle and let it be professionally handled.
Chris?
Barry, with the traditional kind of pumping type systems, which have been around forever, which pump the air out, they probably give you 2, 3, 4 days maybe. This will give you 5, 6 days. Yeah. How many bottles of wine need to be kept half empty for 5 or 6 days?
Yeah, answer that in 2 ways. Firstly, the pumping action removes the aromatic from the wine, so the nose goes flat. Everybody knows that, but they use it anyway. And secondly, most good restaurants might have 20 bottles open. This lets them expand their premium range and not worry about opening a 707 or something.
Barry, this is the essence of invention, because you've taken an old problem, you've reduced it back to first principles, and you've effectively solved it, which it's just fantastic. Like, functionally, I think it's fantastic. The romance in the wine goes for me, though, when I see the little white pad floating in the bottle.
Yes.
And so I just wonder, are you on a stepping stone to rejigging the aesthetics of that so that it's a little more sympathetic, say, to the romance of wine drinking?
The next version will look more technical than pharmaceutical.
That's what I'm looking for.
Would be the correct answer.
Less visible.
And you can't believe how many times I've had that question. It's a great question.
And do you mean by that it'll be less visible?
It will look more as though it's a technical solution to the product.
It's about the whiteness.
Yeah,
I think.
it is.
You know?
The whiteness goes away and, you've got the option of colour.
Summing up, Mark.
Barry, this may be the simplest invention I've seen in 4 years on the new Inventors. So that's a sign of excellence in design. The one thing I would say you may want to do is maybe add something that would turn colour in the sensor as the wine turns. So you can actually just look in the bottle and go, oh, it's 5 days, it's too long.
When I first looked at this, Barry, I thought, where is the need for this? I've yet to see a bottle of wine in my place that I ever keep before that. But if absolutely expanding the range of wines you can offer by the glass, that's a massive advantage. Yes. So that's terrific.
Yeah, and like you, Mark, I love a glass of wine, and I love the concept that it'll last for longer. I just, once the aesthetics match the rest of the bottle, because there's a lot of money goes into those bottles and the label, then we have a beautiful solution. I love
Thank you very much.
Well done, Barry. Happy drinking. Please thank Barry Rees. Thank you very much. Good on you, mate. So, who will tonight's winner be? Well, they'll get this, and they will be in the running to be named our Inventor of the Year. Will it be the new way of testing an anchor, the TATS, the guitar folding, so it's a lot easier to carry, the electric Nomad, or the wine-preserving disc that makes it last a lot longer, the wine preserver? Let's look first at design. Sally, which is the best
James,
design for you tonight?
Design's an interesting one because we've got the Preserva, I think, in the design way it solves a problem, brilliant. Just leaves a bit to be desired for me on the other side of design, which is the way it's communicating with the people.
Aesthetics,
yeah, and then the guitar, Nomad, awesome design. They're all really strong, I think, in what they're doing.
You take a look at the electric Nomad and you think, okay, this has got he's thought through so many, there's actually, I think, 3 different profound innovations in design in the electric Nomad that make it one whole innovation, one whole well-designed piece.
Yeah, electric Nomad for me for design is an outstanding, because that is so compact and
It's
he's
a
done
really
it so
beautiful
beautifully.
design,
Engineering
the
point of view, he seems to have solved the performance issue, looking after the strings. He's really got all the elements. But from a need perspective, for me, TATS is the need thing. We absolutely need some better way of working out what's happening to anchors.
Yeah, it's the capability to evolve a design, radically evolve a design, and do it really quickly that makes the need for TATS, I think, just the outstanding
Because you need
future.
an anchor. So if you're going to need an anchor, it'd be really good to have one that held with minimum damage and...
You need a great anchor, that's the thing.
But the most marketable thing there, I think, has to be the Preserva. I mean, it was really hard for the Europeans to change, and they still haven't changed really from corks to screw tops.
Yep.
But I think they will accept this a lot more quickly than I accept a change from corks to screw tops.
And the value added, when you take your bottle home from the restaurant, if you've had a dud night and you haven't drunk the whole bottle, which is unusual, but, and they can just drop that in for you. Like, there's a lot, the good vibe as knowing that bottle's going to go for that much longer. It can be used as a marketing thing.
Absolutely.
That it pays for itself the first time you drop it in.
Well, then, who wins? Chris, who wins?
Well, tonight for me, James, the winner is definitely going to be the wine preserver. I think that's an outstanding advance. I think he's got a great market. He's put a lot of work into it, and I think we're going to see a lot of those in the future.
Either of you disagree?
It's a pure invention. That's what I love about that product. It's an invention that is fantastic, isn't it?
It's simple. I mean, there's nothing else you can say about it, because it's one of those, it's simple and it's absolutely going to do well.
Yeah? Unanimous?
Yep.
Well,
so.
there it is. Barry Rees and his wine preserver is tonight's winner! There you go. Congratulations, Barry. Well done. Good on you.
Fantastic.
Barry's in the running to be named our Inventor of the Year. Well, if you'd like to have your say, you can vote in the new Inventors People's Choice.